Coming to you live from Big Joe's Taco Shack in Shafter, California. It's Buffalo Buffalo.
It's Buffalo, 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 yeah!
Welcome to Buffalo Buffalo. I am your host, Jerry, and my co-hosts are Daphne, Jeff, and Paik.
Yay!
Hello, everybody.
Hey!
Yay, I have non-stinky coffee this week.
Yes. Okay, and on today's show, I'm going to just ask some questions of everybody, and I'm going to decide who's the winner because I already decided kind of who I want to be the winner, but undo it.
Oh my goodness.
What kind of...
So we're jumping right in?
We're going right into it.
Yeah, we're going to jump right in, unless we have something else to discuss.
Let's go for it.
We don't have to go through minutes from the last meeting?
I guess
Okay.
not.
Okay,
Wow.
okay.
It was just the stinky coffee. That was,
That was
all
the
we needed to
minutes,
cover from
because
last
it's
week.
the important update that
Excellent.
everybody was worried about.
I've been waiting all week to hear about your coffee.
Yeah.
So, Jerry, how does this work?
Okay, I'm going to ask a question. I will give my answer first, and then for the first question, and then I'll rotate who gets to go first. But for you three, I'll decide who the winner is. I'll score on the basis of points.
Okay.
And I won't
Likability.
give likability in originality of answers, sassiness of answers,
Oh,
several other factors. You know, there's several
Value
other
of the
factors.
bride that we sent you.
Yes, value of the bride. If you can get Chester to stop waking me up at 4:00 in the morning.
All right, this is the right Venmo, right? Okay.
Yes. So I arranged these in kind of like happy to serious, back to light a little bit.
okay.
So I got one happy one to start with. So one of our happier topics is, what is the best Wi-Fi name you've ever heard of, like a available Wi-Fi network? I saw one here in the neighborhood because, you know, when I'm like logging in to try and find a Wi-Fi, one of the routers was labeled 2700 something on this street. Close your window. We can hear you and your wife.
Wow. That,
Yes.
wow. Oh,
But and on the flip side of this one, there was one time I had one of those light bulbs that has a Wi-Fi speaker hooked into it, so I could play my hook it to mine. It latched on to my neighbor's Wi-Fi, and I got to hear a soccer game.
oh. Wow.
And the reason I knew it was a soccer game because they said goal for 47 minutes. Okay, so Jeff, let's start with you.
I'll go with one that I actually can detect from my apartment right now, which I always thought was pretty good. Girls Gone Wireless.
Yeah. That is a good one.
Jerry might lose consciousness over this one.
No, I'm good.
That's an actual one that's in my apartment complex somewhere here.
Damn,
So,
Girls Gone Wireless.
Yeah.
That's really funny. Nobody
Wow.
here in my apartment complex has anything fun.
Aw. That's disappointing.
So, Paik, what's yours?
Oh man, there's a lot of classic ones, but I think one that I like loosely, I don't remember the names, or whatever, but I think would be fun is not even having to use your own. I think, like, let's say there's one in there called like Bluefish, and then the one underneath it would just be like, oh, I just use Bluefish because it's not locked.
Yeah.
I like that one. Alrighty. Daphne, what do we got?
So I used to live next door to someone who had the Wi-Fi. Their network was called "Fuck You, Stay Off My Wi-Fi."
Just a little passive aggressive.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't need your Wi-Fi, okay?
It's like,
I
well,
have
then
my
secure
own.
it, dude. You know?
Yeah.
And that was previously Bluefish.
Yep. It's very easy to set up a Wi-Fi password. So I don't understand, what the problem was. I lock mine and, sometimes I don't even know the password and I have to go digging for it in old text messages.
Yeah, I do the very unsafe thing of writing it down in a book, but I don't, and I just keep it in my desk in a little notepad.
Oh, is it with your Switch?
Yes, it's with my Switch.
Okay.
No, I actually put my Switch in my wardrobe cabinet, and so now I always put it there when I'm not playing it.
So now it's in Narnia.
So you switched the Switch location.
Yes, I switched the Switch location.
Okay. That's good to know.
Okay. Next round. What obscure movie or TV show do you watch that if you've told somebody about it, they have to ask, I've never heard of that show, what is it? So let's start with Pake here.
Oh, boy.
I don't have like a funny answer. Probably one of the best shows that probably won't even get renewed for the next season because nobody watches it, but friggin' Miracle Workers on TBS is incredible. It's an anthology show. Like every season is different, but it's the same cast, but it's like a ridiculous comedy thing. It's Steve Buscemi and Karan Soni and or Daniel Radcliffe, and it's so good. It's so funny and so ridiculous.
That's a cast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me write that one down.
Jerry's going to check it out now.
That was his goal, is just to get recommendations.
No, but I just want to see if I've heard of anything here, because I try and keep my options open here. Okay, so Jeff, what do you got?
I'm going to go with an old one that actually I haven't seen in a long time since it aired. No, what? Actually, I'll change it up. I'll go with a different one. Boston Public.
I've seen
Not
that
Boston
one.
I
Legal.
remember that.
Boston Public. I loved Boston Public when it was on.
It's about a library?
Yes. No, it's about a public school. Just a fantastic show with who was in it? Jerry Ryan, Chi McBride.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought that was the one with Chi McBride.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember some of the others that were. Michael Rappaport.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Was on it. And it was just fantastic. It was, kind of drama-ish show. But yeah, I loved it. And it's one of those shows that never, as far as I know, never got like a release on DVD or anything like that. It's like you can find the episodes, by sailing the seas, but that's about it. So
it's a free water source there? So. the digital seas. Okay.
The digital seas,
okay.
Jerry.
Okay. Okay, so mine, personally, is a show I watched when I was a kid, and I was able to find a DVD release, but I haven't looked for a Blu-ray release just yet, and they are available in other methods, but Space 1999.
Ooh, okay.
And I don't know, does anybody know about that one?
I do not.
No.
Wow. It's one about a moon base. Like, this is the 1970s, so 1999 was the far future in this case. But it's about what happens when the moon gets blown out of orbit by a gigantic explosion. And these people have to deal with the moon getting just like rocketed back and forth between falls into a space, like a space warp, and it goes to other star systems and just drifts through, and it stars Martin Landau on it. So.
Oh, that reminds me of Star Blazers. Did you ever watch that?
I have not.
That cartoon. It's Japanese, and it was dubbed for the U.S., and the original title was Starship Yamato?
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I've heard of Starship Yamato, so.
Yeah, loved that show. That's not my pick, though.
Yeah, but it's and that 1999 ran a couple seasons, and it had some pretty funky 70s, stuff on it. So and the budget to match. So. Okay, so Daphne, what is yours?
Well, I can almost guarantee that none of you have heard of the show I'm going to talk about because it's British.
Whoa!
Surprise.
Yes.
No.
I watch a lot of British TV.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't notice.
We have heard of Monty Python.
No, it's not Monty Python.
And we have heard of farty towels.
It's not Faulty Towers.
Okay.
I love both, but no, it is a show called Hotel Babylon. It was on from 2006 to 2009. It's about a hotel.
Had 3 episodes.
No.
Well, it only ran 3 years, so that's not a lot of time for it to have more than like that.
Okay.
Right? For a British TV show.
4 years. It ran for 4 years. It starred Max Beasley and Dexter Fletcher, who Dexter Fletcher is much more known as a director now. But yeah, it's about this hotel where the focus is the relationships between the people that work there and also the very intriguing clientele that come and go from the hotel and some of the serious issues that they have to deal with as far as people wrecking rooms or getting into trouble and they need to sneak them out the back door or yeah, just lots of somewhat ridiculous things, but I really enjoyed it a lot and it's funny. I hadn't really thought about it in a while until Jerry was asking this question. So I was like, okay, I think I'm going to talk about this other show. And then I ended up thinking about Hotel Babylon. So.
Oh, cool.
The other show also starred Max Beasley, so.
There's a show called The Other Show?
That's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, The Other Show?
The Other. I love the spin-off from that one, The Other Show.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Okay, give me a moment here. I'm sorry.
Just have to calculate all the points.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Shut up.
He's-
You can just see him doing advanced math in his head right now.
It's a complex algorithm to figure out. Yeah.
Shut up.
Jerry, is that a slide rule?
Yes, it's a slide rule. Do you know how to use one?
He's breaking out the abacus. Oh my god.
Yep. Oh my god.
But do you know how to use a slide rule?
I have never used a slide
No.
rule. No.
Yeah.
No.
It's been years since I've used one, but I could fire up the brain cells and remember how to use one. So
No. We weren't allowed to use those.
They were too dangerous?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were afraid we'd hurt ourselves if we tried, so they banned them from the classroom.
okay. Okay,
I
so
feel like there's a story there. After the slide rule incident of 1983,
Yeah.
we had to ban slide rules.
Yeah.
They were considered to be weapons of math destruction.
oh my god. Okay.
I think you should automatically give Peg 5 points just for that.
I'll take it. I'll take 3 points anytime.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So my next one is regarding history.
Oh,
So
goodness.
now I've discussed this with other friends of a younger age that don't know as much history as or experience as much in life as we have. And one thing that one of the participants of said room had asked, just off the cuff and said, "Well, which event in history would you wish you could have seen? Minor, major, anything like outside of your lifetime that you would have never been able to see." Just strictly as an observer, not being able to change any events. So let's start with Paik.
I started last time. Yes, I can't change anything. I'd be like, I'd pick like a really like important like sports event and then go back and bet on it. But no, I can't. can't change those things. Shoot. Honestly, no. Like legitimately, it would be to go like to Live Aid or something to like experience a concert of like a band in their peak way before I ever would have like had a chance. Like to go back and see the Beatles like first tour in America during Beatlemania or something like that. Like find some kind of big concert experience and be able to actually experience that instead of just hear tales passed through generations.
Or some obscure, scratchy looking film.
Right.
Okay, so Jeff.
That's a good one, Pig. That was yeah. I mean, like if I were to stay in the same vein, I would say watching the Beatles in Hamburg.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that would be pretty amazing. Gosh. Yeah, I don't know exactly.
I know this is kind of a heavier question, so
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things to choose from. It's really tough.
Jeff just shut down.
Jeff, you're overthinking it, so just
yeah.
I am. I really am.
just chill. I'm using the things that first came to my mind.
Okay.
I made Jeff divide by 0.
Yep.
No, that's all right. Okay, I got it. I think if I had to choose something off the top now that I think about it for a minute, 1951, Giants Dodgers, the shot heard around the world. I would like to have been at that game. The Bobby Thompson home run.
That's a good one.
That's what I'm going with.
That's a really good one. Jerry, what's yours?
No, you're next.
I'm next? Okay.
Yes, you're next. You're next.
All right. So, going back to what Peg said, I have to say Queen at Wembley because Queen is my favorite band, and I would love to have had the opportunity to see them live. I really didn't appreciate their music until the late 80s, and Freddie, of course, passed away in the early 90s. But outside of that, the Red Sox winning the World Series would have been fantastic, but I think I would like to have seen the Berlin Wall come down.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
Because what it represented and to see it actually be broken down and it opened up, I really would have loved to have seen that in person. What about you, Jerry?
Yeah. Okay, mine. I had a couple of ones. Just I was thinking, one of the things that was like off the cuff, like when I first answered this question from the friends, is that I would have loved to have seen like the 1919 White Sox one of the World Series games. Just one of the games that they played, and noticed all the like maybe. Commented
all the little
like, doodads.
That seemed a little suspicious.
Yeah. But the one I went with was watching the Battle of Gettysburg happen.
Oh wow, that's way back.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you were knew you were safe, kind of thing.
Guaranteed safety.
Guaranteed safety.
Yeah.
Strictly observing. So.
From far away, or if you're absolutely guaranteed safety, you just like sitting on the battlefield in like a lawn chair with some popcorn. Like let's.
Well, I would think maybe in an observer blimp, just like watching overhead, but just to see how that unfolded.
They're all pointing up. What devilry is this?
Exactly. Yeah, but that's one thing I'd always thought, because you've seen, I've seen a couple of reenactments, and I'm thinking this is nowhere near what it could have. When you see, tens of thousands of men, charging the field, and the absolute just deafening roar of all the artillery and all the weapon, all the rifles going off. So,
I hope from a safe distance, Jerry.
Yeah. Well, no, you're strictly an observer. You're like a ghost, so you're not.
Okay. All right, because that'd be a pretty dangerous thing to be
because
witnessing.
Other than that, you would be a ghost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and my final question, back to the fun stuff.
Thank goodness.
Yes. And now, I think with our resident foodie, I'm probably second or third foodie in this room, but
I'm happy and proud to be the fourth person in the group as far as food.
Okay.
Except seafood, because I feel like I have an in
I
with
think that I'm probably, I may be the least.
No.
Here.
No, I don't think so.
But what is the weirdest food you have ever eaten?
Weirdest.
Oh,
So with this one, we'll start with Daphne.
okay. So I've eaten a lot of strange things growing up in
Mhm.
Maine, and probably conkles. They're a
Bless you.
no. They're a snail. They're like a sea snail in a shell, and my mom always used to cut them up for me, so I never really knew until I got older. And she said, "Okay, so I boiled the conkles for you. You just got to take them out of the shell." And I took one out, and they were like this long, and I was just like completely like
Aghast.
shocked. I'm like, I can't eat that. It's a snail. I never really realized, I guess, that that's exactly what it was. But I love them still. I would eat them. I have not had them in a very long time. That and dried fish, which is basically fish that's been dried out on a line.
So
It's
like,
so good. It's addicting, and my mom, when she comes to visit, she brings me some, usually when she comes down, because I can't get it here. And honestly, it comes in a very small plastic bag, and I could eat all of it in one sitting because it's delicious. It's salted, and it's so good.
so it's fish jerky.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good. My grandfather and my dad both used to get it and hang it out on the... I just remember seeing it hanging out on the line, and they
Not
dried it out.
And not in like a little smokehouse or anything like that?
No.
Really? Okay.
And thinking about what it actually is makes me a little grossed out now, but I still would eat it if it was in front of me because I love it.
Okay.
I like dried squid. I've had dried squid that way. It's really good.
I bet.
Okay. So let's go with Jeff.
I've had dried fruit.
What, did you have one of those Ronco food dehydrators?
No,
I had one of those. I
my gosh.
admit.
No.
I did have one
A
of those.
Ronco food dehydrator.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it was called, but yes. Yeah.
No, we've never had a food dehydrator. We've had juicers and those kinds of things, but not dehydrator.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I think at least the one that I can remember off the top of my head, the weirdest one that I've ever had is frog's legs.
Oh, no. I would not. I don't like frogs. I don't like to look at them. I would never even...
They don't serve a whole frog. It's not like they serve a frog and just cut off the legs.
They look like tiny little chicken drumsticks.
They really do. And they taste like tiny little chicken drumsticks.
They're like they all taste like chicken, except like with like the slightest little like fishiness to them, like a brininess.
Yes. No, I don't want to consume anything frog related. I don't
But
like
snails
them.
are fine.
Yeah.
Snails are fine.
Snails are fine, yeah.
Yeah. And I
legs
do
are
like
great.
sushi. Some sushi. I haven't had tons of sushi, but the sushi I've had. Eel, I think, is one.
Oh,
I
eel's
got
good.
adventurous once.
Eel's
Unagi is amazing.
Yes.
So, yeah, that is my go-to sushi topping.
Yep, unagi's great.
Yeah.
But, yeah, frog's legs, when I was 13, 14 years old, my family went on a cruise, and part of it was, that was like, every meal was kind of like, hey, you've got choice of these 5 appetizers, these 5 entrees, these 5 desserts kind of thing. And so I kind of made it my thing that was like, okay, every meal I'm going to try something I've never had before.
It's the way to go.
Cause it was like, there wasn't any downside to it. It was, it wasn't like, oh, well, now this is my entire meal and I have to go hungry the rest of the night, kind of thing. So yeah, I tried a handful of different things. I can't remember, all of them now, but the frog's legs are the ones that stand out to me because it was the one that my parents were like, are you sure?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing I'd always tried to get my nephews to be a little bit more adventurous with food when they were younger, because these are the type of kids that you would take them into a gigantic buffet and they would get like chicken nuggets and fries. Like, and it just makes my soul slump a little bit.
Yeah.
I like the sushi bar at those, like at a Asian buffet. They'll usually have some sort of sushi, and so I like that.
Yeah. Okay, so with mine, one of the weirdest things I'd ever had, I was a little bit tentative about trying it, and I tried it, and I said nope, was sea urchin.
Okay.
Yeah, uni. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Like, I like most things. I mean, like,
We found the one food.
I know. Usually textures don't bother me, but there was just something with the uni that I was like, I mean, if it's presented to me, if somebody's serving it, I'll eat it and I have no problem with it. But it's like, it's one of those things that, like, if I'm ordering and I have a choice, I'm not going to prefer that. That's not something I'm picking out of other things.
Yeah, because to me, it tasted like if you put a lot of gelatin mixed with it and into like ocean water. And because it was like it was one of those things that if somebody knew it what it tasted like and then warned me like you better lean into it to kind of things.
Kind of reminds me of the one time that I tried oyster.
Oh, see, I'll slurp down raw oysters by the dozen for all day.
Oh my god, salty snot.
Oh,
It's just the absolute worst.
Kind of like my float spa experience.
Exactly. Well, let's just segue right on into that
No,
one.
we'll segue later. So,
Well, some people won't eat the clams. When they come in the shell, they have the belly still in there, and a lot of people will not eat the belly. They'll only eat like the rest of it, but not the belly. I eat the whole thing. Like, I'm not afraid. It's good to me.
Shell and all.
No, not the shell, obviously.
yeah, but the other thing that kind of throws people when I order it is monkfish liver. That I really like.
Peg, have you had that?
I haven't.
No. All right. Now, but now we're on to Peg, so I'll just leave it monkfish liver at that. So.
That would be interesting. I mean, I've tried a lot of things. There's still definitely stuff on my list that I haven't had a chance to that I want to. But yeah, a lot of that. I mean, you mentioned like the cruise stuff, like escargot. Anytime it's an option, I'm getting it always. I love escargot. And like I've tried the uni, wasn't a big fan of it. I'll find something that's like interesting, like with Shogun recently. There's a whole scene with natto, the like fermented beans and stuff. And so I was like, I hunted that down locally at a Asian market. And I was like, I'm buying some because I want to try it. It's okay. But a lot of those things I don't view as too weird because I'm like, you can buy them somewhere. Places serve them. It's food. It's culinary, like, so it's fine. So I think on the other end, just my Texas redneck roots a little bit. The weirdest, I've had squirrel. Squirrel's okay. No, but let's take that a step further. The weirdest thing I've eaten, it wasn't good, but just give it up to Texas redneckness, was a roast raccoon. Which, no, it's greasy and gamey and it's not good. But
we're getting a really great look from Daphne here. I just want to screenshot this.
But it's literally, it was just like, wait, we got a raccoon in a trap. And it's like, waste not, want not, right? So throw it in a pot with some carrots and potatoes and make a kind of a roast out of it in the oven. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Boil them, mash them, stick them stew.
Well, one and done on that one.
What about the Scotch eggs? You tried those when we were in Vegas.
Yes, that's a normal thing.
Not for everyone.
I've never tried a Scotch egg.
I've tried Scotch and egg.
That's where you just crack a raw egg into a glass of Scotch, right?
Yes, the Ron Swanson.
Oh.
Yeah, I like stuff like that. Like, finally had like black pudding, from like an Irish breakfast kind of thing, the blood pudding and stuff. Yeah, I'm the person that if I go to a restaurant and I'm looking at it, like for the first time I've ever been somewhere, I'm going to look through the menu and the weirdest thing on the menu is what I'm ordering the first time.
Have you guys ever had moose?
No.
It's very good.
So bull.
Yeah.
I've had antelope.
You can get a permit in a lottery here. People can go hunting, and so someone that I knew had a permit and was able to shoot one.
I've had camel.
But not riding on a camel.
I haven't ridden a camel, but I've eaten one, yes.
Did you eat it because it wouldn't give you a ride?
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
It learned its lesson that day.
Yeah, it was too slow. You couldn't take it. That makes sense.
Righty.
Yeah. Eat it before
Yes.
it eats you.
And moose has to produce a hell of a lot of meat when you bring one down.
Oh my god.
It goes in the freezer and it feeds you for a long time.
Years.
Yeah. Yeah. I had it ground up, like they made hamburgers out of it, so it was just different.
Mhm.
I've had deer meat also because being in Maine, fishing and hunting, and there are opportunities to try different things that way.
Venison. A lot of exotic venisons.
Yeah, I've had deer and it's like, yeah, okay.
I like it. I had an espresso coated crusted elk once that was very good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think to put espresso on elk or anything else.
I know, it was an interesting thing. I didn't think of that, but like this place was, it was just like a restaurant on the like top of a mountain in Colorado. It was really interesting.
When I went to New Orleans, I had this getting away from ungulates, but I had gator gumbo.
Yeah, I've had alligator a lot.
Which and gator jerky, but I mean, neither of those. It's like I don't really feel like I was eating gator because I mean, gator jerky is just tastes like jerky. And gumbo, there's so many spices that it's like it could have been anything in there.
I've eaten fried alligator while sitting at like a picnic table on like a little like dock surrounded by alligators in the water. That was kind of weird. It's
My goodness.
It's like, hey,
who's the alpha predator now, bitch? Like,
your uncle tastes really good.
Jerry, those were really great questions. That was fun.
Okay,
gosh.
and we have our winner. After scoring, I have determined Daphne is our winner.
No way. Me again?
Yes, again.
I'm starting to wonder if this game is rigged. Is this podcast rigged?
Yeah, no, it's not an election. Yeah, if you don't win, it's not. You know,
Stop the steal! Stop the steal, Daphne!
But I thought it would be nice to ask a few questions and get some TV shows to watch, which is good. I got 2 out of it because I've seen Boston Public.
I might have to get this tiara out and wear this.
Yeah.
Now, when we record this podcast,
Costumes go really well
They
on
do,
podcasts.
Audio podcasts, especially.
Mm-hmm.
but you can all see it, and that's what counts.
The power's already gone to her head.
So Daphne's our podcast princess now.
Oh, no. We already determined last week that I was the queen.
Oh, podcast queen.
She's the
Yeah.
queen.
Yeah,
Not the card queen, but the podcast queen.
right.
Okay.
Yes.
Just wait. In 2 more weeks, when I'm back to MC and it's my game, the game is just called The One Daphne Won't Win. So that'll be...
Man. Is it that bad when you lose to me?
Yes, it is.
Is it because
Yes.
it just makes my head get just a little bit bigger?
How do you find headphones that fit?
These beats work just fine.
Yeah, I use
It's
asparagus.
headphones.
Oh. So,
Yeah.
oh, those kind of beats.
Oh, okay. Not.
No, I
the
don't like
vegetable.
that.
Not the
Yeah,
root.
not a fan.
Not the root.
It's hard
Yeah.
to turn up the volume on those ones.
Oh god, I don't care at all for those puns.
But,
Oh, man.
yeah, but aren't you glad he did it?
The root of the problem, man.
Speaking of beets, have any of you ever had borscht?
I have not.
I have.
No,
I have.
I have not
I
had
have.
borscht.
Yeah.
Yep. I was visiting one of the skaters in Delaware, and her mom was visiting from Russia, and she made it.
Oh.
So I don't like beets,
I'm sorry.
but I ate it. It was not bad. It was not bad.
I'd be willing.
I like beets. I didn't used to. I have a weird thing. Like, I don't like to not like food. So if I find a food that I don't like, I purposely make myself go back and eat it over and over again at different times to make myself like it, because I don't like having that.
Yeah, that's a very foreign concept
so-
to me. Like, if I don't like
No.
something, I just
Beets
never
was one of those where I was like,
touch it
I don't
again.
really care for these. And so every time I'd see like a salad bar with them, I'd grab a few and then I'd add a little more. And then I'd make myself like a blue cheese was another one that like at first I was like, nope, don't like that. And then I just would kind of sprinkle it in every now and then, come back. And now it's like wings with ranch.
Blue cheese.
Never. It's always blue cheese. Always blue cheese.
Oh, no, absolutely. Blue cheese is the right,
but not
is the
buffalo
right dressing
sauce.
for wings.
No, buffalo blue cheese is great.
Well, picking buffalo sauce was your first mistake. Even though this is buffalo sauce is not good. At least to me.
Do not turn the buffalo into sauce.
No.
Yeah, but I feel this, like my hatred of certain things are like with persimmons. Like, ugh. Just to show you my level, I call them Satan's testicles.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
They're that bad.
Jerry, tell us how you really feel.
They're that bad because
That's...
What did the persimmons ever do to you, Jerry?
Yeah.
existed is what they did.
Well, I think we can all agree that pickles are terrible. So
No, we've had this.
Yeah, especially on those boneless burgers that you showed us, Daphne.
Pickles are great.
How I mistook bunless for boneless.
You know what's funny about that is when I saw that picture, I knew exactly who needed to see it. There was no question.
Yeah, I'm okay with pickles as long as they're not too bitter. Like if there's like a real sharp taste to it, it's like, nah.
I'm okay with pickles as long as they're in a jar and like nowhere near me. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Like I'm okay with the fact that they exist.
I don't like them, but I respect them as a food, and that some people might like them.
I do not respect them as a food.
Yeah, one of my goals after I achieve world domination is to eradicate persimmons.
Okay, so we know what will happen.
Just
in
run on
5
the
or 10
platform.
years.
Run on the platform of world peace and ending hunger and the elimination of persimmons.
The eradication of the scourge that is the persimmon.
If you'd like to reach out to us, you can find us at buffalopodcast.com. We're also on Facebook and Instagram at Buffalo Podcast.
Holy segue, Batman.
Was that good?
I thought it was fantastic.
It's Buffalo, yeah!
Bye, son.